It's been a while, but I'm back. In typical me fashion, I do what I want when I feel like it. It's not good for business, but it works for me and my mental sanity. So just work with me. I'm human, right? I'm learning and I'm getting better. However, I am right on time because I have a video going into the new year that'll give you some food for thought. Since it is winter, it's the winter solstice. As humans who have bills and are used to always ripping and running, we take this bad weather or this cold weather to grind. We're going to stack up all this money so that when the spring and summer hits, we could be outside, be on the streets, ripping and running, spending all this money. But really, this is the time for us to rest the most. So let's get into it. So one of the main takeaways from this video is this. I want you guys to consider life. Consider plants, consider trees, consider farmers and their crops, consider animals. What do you see people doing or these things doing most of the time for the next 4 months? Resting, right? They're hidden, they're below ground, they're not doing anything. As humans, with bills to pay, with work, with kids, with school, with whatever obligations and responsibilities we have, we don't think like that. And we are kind of forced into this way of living to where you can't relax, you can't rest, you can't take any time off. If you take time off, you don't get paid. If you don't get paid, you can't pay your bills. Or we are forced into thinking, well, it's snowing, it's cold outside, I'm not hitting the streets anyway, so I'm about to run it up at work. I'm about to get overtime. I am going to grind it out and stack my money because it's stack season. And you're not wrong for thinking that, but the execution is a little, So I want you to think about this. In 4 months, sometimes 6, depending, you start to see the animals resurface. You start to see the trees start budding. Down here in the DMV, they have like the Cherry Blossom Festival where they all bloom, and it happens maybe May or June. You start to see all of these things come to life, right? And then you start to see people in the streets enjoying themselves or whatnot. This is the time for you to relax. This is the time for you to enjoy everything that you worked your ass off the whole year for. This is not the time for you to work your ass off now. Don't work your ass off now. Relax. You have to relax, because what happens is spiritually, this is our time to reset. This is the time where we go within. This is the time where we set our affirmations. I do New Year according to my birthday. Everyone has their own New Year, culturally, religiously, based off of where they're from. I personally do my New Year around my birthday because I like to not do much in the colder months. I don't like the cold. I don't like to go outside. But more importantly, I understand what the rest and digest means when it comes to the winter solstice. So I personally like to begin doing like my manifestation and my affirmations. And before the new year comes around this time of the year, I will go back over all that and make sure like, okay, did I forget anything? Do I still have this? Do I still have that? Am I okay with this? This is the time of year where you look at what it is that you want to accomplish for next year, but not during the winter time. Don't start it now. You plant the seeds, you write it down, and then you forget it. You will be surprised at how much that you write down, let go off into the universe, pray it, and it'll handle itself. You will be surprised that how much grinding you do and you end up moving backwards. It's because you weren't supposed to. You were supposed to set that intention, plant that seed, and forget about it. 4 to 6 months from now is when you start to see little pieces of it blooming and budding. So that's food for thought. I want you to look at your surroundings. I want you to look out a window and look at the trees and how bare they are. I want you to start looking at the plants and how bare they are. You picked up all your fruit. The farmers, they harvested all their crops The animals are going away. You can't go to the zoo this time of year. I want you to just look at nature and see what nature's doing. And if we're from that, why aren't we doing that too? The winter solstice is all about resetting ourselves. It is all about going within and honoring ourselves. Tell yourself, congratulations for making it through another year. All of the shit that we've ingested from the news, from other people, from social media, it's not easy. People are dealing with real life shit. And you happen to be one who either made it unscathed, or even if you made it through a lot of real life shit, you fucking made it. So go within. It is okay to write down what it is you want to do next year. It is okay to go throughout this year and say, what worked for me? What did not work for me? What do I want to do differently? What can I improve more on? What can I do less of? What do I not want to bring in to the next season with me? These 3 months is all you have to do, is just reassess. You are in a way spiritually hibernating. It is not grind time. It is not time for you to do all this overtime at work and burn yourself out so that you can enjoy the summer. That's not the time for that. Look, I used to be one of those people, right? Get money. Get money. I love overtime. I don't have overtime. I don't have that luxury here in the job that I have now. But I get it. But for these 3 months, it is okay to not be a gym rat. Do something flowy. Do yoga. Do Pilates. Do a nice bike ride or something. You don't have to do the super rigorous workout. If that's your thing, then that's your thing, but everyone's different, right? You do not have to figure out your whole fucking life plan. You do not have to have this whole New Year routine set. All you have to do is take your cue from nature and just chill the fuck out. I could have said it nicer, but no, chill the fuck out. Seriously, chill the fuck out. It is just super, super important. It is important for your soul. It is important for your energy. It is important for your nervous system. You have to just ease up. That is the biggest thing about the winter solstice. So I know that there's a lot of things going around on social media, especially TikTok, since that's like the biggest platform right now. It's like, oh, winter solstice, rest. But like, what does that look like for you? Because we don't all have the same idea of rest. If you are a person who is doing doubles at work 5 days a week, maybe your rest looks like doing doubles at work 3 days a week. If you are a person who, I don't know, are into sports and you play in leagues and stuff, maybe your rest looks like not playing such a rigorous sport this season. If you are a person who is constantly on the go, maybe your rest looks like dedicating 2 hours out of the day or at night, if you have kids and responsibilities, to just sit and be alone with yourself. But that is all subjective. It is all up to you to determine what rest looks like. It is also up to you to determine what you need for your nervous system, because you need to reset. You need to get ready for the new year. Unfortunately, this world fucks us up a lot. We are more and more desensitized. That can't be good. That can't be good for us. I'm convinced it's not good for us, all right? We are so fucking desensitized. It's bad. So just figure out what you and your spirit and your soul needs. Pray, do whatever it is that you do. Listen for the answers. If you have a random thought about what you should or should not be doing, don't dismiss it. It's not a random thought. Okay? Do not dismiss it. Go within, develop your intuition a little more around this time. This is the perfect time of year. I love the fall and the winter, not because it gets cold, not because it's my birthday in the fall, but because this is the perfect time of year to just start to go and look at what you did this year, to reap all the benefits, and to say, what am I going to do different moving forward after this 3 months of hibernation is up? You need to hibernate your soul. You need to hibernate your energy. You need to hibernate your mind. We are so overloaded with stuff. It is time for you to pump and dump, okay? Whatever it is you took on, start releasing it. It's okay. It's going to save you, okay? It's going to do some real good things for you if you start getting into that mindset of, oh, it's the fall. All right, how am I going to finish out the last part of this year? And not like, oh, I got to hurry up and finish. Not like, oh, I got to finish out the fourth quarter strong in the sense of like rushing yourself. But what is it that I'm going to take my time reflecting on? How am I going to pat myself on the back? How am I going to celebrate myself for making it through another year? How am I going to honor myself? How am I going to do what I consider is better for myself? What is it that I want moving forward? Spiritual hibernation. It's really that simple. And I promise the more that you practice this every year, the better off. The better off you will be bringing a new mindset into your new year, whatever you consider your new year, but a new mindset into the new season, I should say, for spring. Because once you plant the seeds now during the winter solstice, the spring, just like your veggies, just like your fruits, your herbs, crops, just like the animals start to come out, it gets warmer, right? By the time spring comes, you start to see the budding. So maybe you'll see spiritual budding. Hope that helps. A little food for thought.